On today's show, Barb and I are going to cook up a couple of ribeye steaks in a cast iron pan in the oven. It's going to be marinated in a red wine with a demi-glaze sauce and a capered mustard sauce. It will be so delicious. We're also going to cook up some mushrooms in butter and garlic, saute them up with some red wine. And then we have a potato mix that's going to be fried up with some butter. That will be delicious. Of course, we'll have a dinner salad when we're all done. So let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. I have things measured out. The demi-glaze is all set and ready to go. Today for garlic, I'm using roasted garlic, and I have the wine all set and ready. I'm using a Dijohn mustard, and I have that measured out. Capers have been measured and washed. That's important to get that salt off them. And at the end, we're going to throw some chives on top of everything. So in order to get started, we need to warm up our pan. I have the stove preheating with the cast iron pan in the stove. So this one is going to be for the potatoes. So I'm going to throw in just a little bit of olive oil and a nice healthy stick of mushroom butter. That would be any kind of butter. And that'll start melting. Put it down to medium. Okay, potatoes. They are already washed, and I'm going to use a slicer. There we go. This mandolin slicer works great. Here's our potatoes. Lay them out in the pan. They'll kind of shrink up a little bit. Just get a wooden spoon. Now potatoes they kind of want to stick together at first until they get going. Once these potatoes are all laid out, you'll want to salt them. You know, potatoes get plenty of salt. And pepper. And I have a shallot. Shallots are great, they're pretty easy to cut up, and we won't cut it up too terribly small. We don't want it to burn. Leave them kind of in some larger chunks. Just kind of do like you do with garlic to knock them apart. Just like that. Mushrooms are a little larger than I would prefer, so I'll go ahead and just do a chop on these to reduce the size of them. There we go. And then when the potatoes are done, I'll do the mushrooms next. And here's Barb with the question of the day.
Question of the day. Do you like carrots? If you like carrots, give me a thumbs up.
Let's think about getting this salad going the right direction to kind of clear off the island here a little bit. Here is our carrots. Celery. When I brought the celery home from the store, I cut one end off where the heart was, and I cut off the tops. But then I washed them, laid them out to dry. Then I bagged them up and put them in the refrigerator. So they are clean and they are dry. So my salad dressing will stick to them. Move things around a little bit here to make some room. That's already starting to look good. Then, tomatoes, just like that. These have been washed already. Lastly is the cucumber. For the cucumber, I'm just going to take about this much of the cucumber, stand it up, take the paper off, and I can just cut these off. Wow, it always smells so good when you cut a cucumber. I think cucumbers always remind me of summer. When I was a kid, everybody had a garden in the neighborhood. There was always fresh fruits and vegetables flowing through the neighborhood. There you go, there's your salad all set. Potatoes are looking real good. I need to flip these over and just turn the fire down. Check the fire because it goes out on this stove. You might see and notice that cooks turn fire on and off. Sometimes the best way to regulate the heat is just to turn the fire off. So I don't usually mind if it goes off. It's kind of like it's reading my mind. So this meal doesn't take very long. You know, steaks are going to be 5 minutes per side. I'll probably cook them to about 150 degrees. The potatoes are just going to sit here and heat and cook in this pan. Not much more you have to do with these. And then after we get these out, then we can go ahead and make the mushrooms. This pan is 450 degrees. Have to be careful. So the plan with the steaks is to brown them up first, salt and pepper, and a lot, that side down. Once they get browned up, I'll put the sauce in. The potatoes are all done. I have a tray with aluminum foil and a paper towel. Then I'm going to put them in the tray to drain, and I will cover them with aluminum foil to keep them warm. them all wrapped up. Next we'll do our mushrooms, some butter, get that melting. When the butter is melted, I put in my garlic. Get just enough left. And my mushrooms. Now that the mushrooms are done, I can turn the fire off and put in my wine. It cools everything all off, marinates them. Now I can take them out of here. Using a slotted wok shovel. Drain a little bit. There we go. And then I'll throw some foil over it. Keep it warm. It's amazing how this works. How it keeps the thing so warm. Put that aside for a few minutes. Let's put our mix in here. So here's the capers. Here's your Dejohn mustard. Your Demi-Glace. And your wine, red wine. I don't know how much room you got in the pan here. Bring that up to a boil. Now this is boiling, and then just grab a spoon. You can spoon some of this right in your pan, or you can put your steaks in this other pan. My pan isn't quite big enough. There you go. Wow, that is going to be great. Okay, these are just about a minute or so they'll be done. So it won't be long. It is hot. I just pulled the steak out. This is the chives. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of these on top. And I have some Italian seasoning here. This is my carrabba's that I reverse engineered. Put that on my salad. And the mushrooms. I have some mushrooms here for the steak. Like that, and I have some potatoes for the plate. Just like that. How's that for quickly serving things up? Oh, this smells delicious. And you know what else I did too? I got some of the Demi-Glace sauce, mustard sauce. I could pour right on top like that. Well, that's my show for the day. I hope you've enjoyed watching. It's time to eat dinner. But if you want to see some more shows just like this, here's a couple more just like it.